What if the gods of Olympus were real beings who once walked among us? What if Zeus, Poseidon, and Athena weren't just myths? What if the mighty gods of Olympus were real beings, powerful entities who once walked the earth, ruled from the skies, and guided humanity with knowledge far beyond our understanding? Imagine a time when thunder wasn't just a storm, but the voice of a god. When glowing chariots weren't metaphors, but flying crafts descending from the heavens. What if the Olympians weren't divine at all, but visitors, ancient astronauts, or interdimensional travelers who shaped our civilization and vanished, leaving behind stories that became the foundation of Greek mythology? For centuries, Greek mythology has fascinated humanity. It's a tapestry of epic tales, gods and heroes, love and vengeance, creation and destruction. But beneath the poetic stories lies a strange consistency. The gods descend from the heavens, wield unimaginable power, and teach humans science, art, and war. Ancient temples and inscriptions describe encounters between gods and mortals, complete with technology, light, and flight. Could these be distorted memories of actual beings who visited our ancestors? Could Mount Olympus, described as a radiant realm above the clouds, have been more than just a mythic mountain, perhaps a base of operations for advanced beings watching over humanity? In ancient astronaut theory, proponents argue that myths are not mere allegories, but encoded records of human encounters with advanced extraterrestrial or interdimensional life forms. Zeus, with his thunderbolts, could represent a being using high-energy weapons or atmospheric manipulation. Apollo, the bringer of light and knowledge, might symbolize technological enlightenment. Athena, goddess of wisdom and strategy, may have guided the early formation of cities and governments, passing on principles of order and reason. The Greek pantheon, in this light, becomes less a family of divine beings and more an assembly of powerful entities managing human development, each responsible for different aspects of civilization. Now imagine this alternate reality as if it were true. Thousands of years ago, the earth wasn't ruled by kings or emperors, but by radiant beings from the heavens. They stood taller, spoke with voices that resonated like thunder, and wielded tools capable of reshaping landscapes. Olympus wasn't merely a mythic mountaintop, but a shining fortress floating above the earth, hidden in clouds or dimensions invisible to the human eye. The mortals who glimpsed it saw light and fire descending, mistaking it for the dwelling of gods. Villages flourished under their guidance. Crops grew faster, structures rose higher, and humanity thrived under divine mentorship. In this world, every temple was more than a place of worship. It was a point of communication, a bridge between mortals and these advanced beings. Priests served as intermediaries, translating their will, maintaining energy conduits, and safeguarding relics of power. The gods walked among humans, teaching them astronomy, mathematics, and architecture, showing them how to align structures with the stars and understand the patterns of nature. The Parthenon, Delphi, and other sacred sites might have been energy hubs, aligning Earth's energies with celestial forces directed by the Olympians themselves. Humanity was no longer alone. It was part of a grand, cosmic experiment. But not all was harmonious. Just as mythology tells us, the gods quarreled. Their rivalries, Zeus's authority, Poseidon's pride, Hades's isolation, might have been real conflicts among powerful factions. Wars between gods could have been interdimensional battles, with Earth caught in the crossfire. Thunderstorms, earthquakes, and floods, once seen as divine punishment, might have been the side effects of advanced technologies or weapons beyond human comprehension. The myths of the Titanomachy and Gigantomachy could represent cosmic wars between generations of these beings, with the Earth as their battleground. Humanity, watching helplessly, recorded these events in myth, not science, because they lacked the language to describe what they saw. Now imagine the advantages if this scenario were real. Humanity, guided by higher beings, could have achieved accelerated progress. Ancient Greece's sudden explosion of philosophy, mathematics, and democracy might have been influenced by extraterrestrial or interdimensional teachers. If the Olympians imparted knowledge about energy, medicine, or technology, we might have inherited fragments of their wisdom, echoes in our modern innovations. Our understanding of the universe, ethics, and governance could be direct legacies of their lessons. The very idea of balance, justice, and harmony, the pillars of Greek philosophy, might have originated from their efforts to teach humans to coexist peacefully. Yet, as always, power comes with peril. The presence of real gods, or beings mistaken as such, could have bred dependence, worship, and control. What happens when humans surrender their free will to superior entities? Societies could fracture, wars could erupt over divine favor, and those denied the gods' knowledge might rebel. The Olympians themselves, perhaps divided by ideology, might have withdrawn, concluding that humanity wasn't ready for the power they offered. Or perhaps their mission ended and they departed, leaving behind myths to inspire future generations to rediscover the truths they once knew. Their departure could explain the sudden decline of mythical ages and the rise of human-centered history. There's another possibility. Perhaps the gods never truly left. What if they merely shifted dimensions, existing parallel to us, observing silently as humanity evolved? Ancient texts across cultures, Greek, Sumerian, Hindu, and Norse, all speak of heavenly beings who promise to return. The gods of Olympus may still be here, watching from unseen realms, guiding inventors, thinkers, and dreamers through intuition and inspiration. Could our modern breakthroughs, quantum physics, artificial intelligence, space exploration, be echoes of the same guidance that once birthed Greek civilization? The line between myth and reality blurs when we consider that what we call divine could simply be advanced science. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine standing on Mount Olympus, surrounded by clouds glowing with ethereal light. Before you stands Zeus, radiant and commanding, holding a staff that hums with energy. Around him are the gods, Athena with eyes that shimmer like stars, Hermes with a device resembling wings on his feet, and Apollo radiating warmth like the sun itself. They speak not with words, but through vibrations that resonate within your mind. They tell you of balance, wisdom, and responsibility, the same lessons humanity continues to struggle with today. Then, in a burst of light, they ascend, leaving behind symbols and temples that would one day become myths. What do you think? Could the gods of Olympus have truly existed? Were they divine, extraterrestrial, or interdimensional? Did humanity once live side by side with beings who shaped our evolution and then vanished, leaving us to rediscover their legacy through myth and science? Share your thoughts below. If Zeus and his pantheon were real, what might their purpose have been, and why did they leave? The idea that gods once walked among us challenges everything we think we know about history. It suggests that mythology is not just a reflection of imagination, but a coded memory of encounters too extraordinary to comprehend. Whether seen through the lens of spirituality, ancient astronaut theory, or interdimensional science, one truth remains. Humanity has always sensed that it is not alone. The stories of Olympus, rich in detail and symbolism, remind us that our ancestors were reaching for understanding, blending faith and observation into a tapestry of cosmic wonder. If the gods were real, their legacy lives on, not in temples or statues, but in our ideas, our dreams, and our relentless pursuit of knowledge. They may have taught us the most important lesson of all, that divinity and humanity are not separate but intertwined, that greatness lies not in power but in wisdom. Whether they were travelers from the stars or beings from another dimension, the gods of Olympus embody the eternal human desire to reach higher, to seek the unknown, and to connect with forces beyond our comprehension. If you enjoyed this exploration, subscribe for more mind-bending what-if scenarios, and comment what ancient mysteries, lost civilizations, or cosmic legends you want us to uncover next. Like, share, and join us as we continue our journey through time, myth, and the infinite possibilities of the universe.